Hey there, it's Kim from Advanced Tanning Solutions. Today we're going to go over how to tan a bull snakeskin. When I was pulling out this frozen ball python snake to thaw it out and do a video on, which is on our website, I noticed that after the ball python skin had thawed out, there was also a bull snakeskin frozen in the same bag. So this video is going to go over how we tan this bull snake using our Tan a Snake kit. Once it was thawed out, I laid it out flat on cardboard, and this is where we're going to do a little bit of fleshing. Clearly, as you can see, these thinner skins do not require a lot of fleshing. And colubra snakes, like this bull snake, don't have a lot of flesh on it to begin with. But I'm using the scraper, especially around the belly area, just to get rid of that extra flesh and little bit of membrane. Towards the end, snakes have what they call musk glands, so it's really important that you remove these. For one, they're non-tannable, and for two, they're pretty stinky if you leave them on there. So after fleshing, the next step is to put it into a salt bath. Here I'm using 2 tablespoons of table salt in 16 ounces of water. The water's hot to help dissolve the salt, so I'm just going to stir it until it's completely dissolved. Once the bath is cool, go ahead and open up your skin so that it's flat and not sticking to itself. This way, the salt can get to all sites, and then gently fold the skin into the salt bath and agitate it. I'm going to let this soak for 4 hours. The salt helps pull out the blood and non-tannable proteins in the skin. The reason for rinsing the salt off the skin is that it can inhibit the penetration of the tan. So the next step is to create your tan bath. And the amount of tan you're going to use is going to be based on the length of your snake skin. So this skin was close to 4.5 feet. So I'm using 6 tablespoons of tan. And then I'm adding hot water. And the amount of hot water you use just depends on, again, the length of your skin. So you want to make enough just to where the skin can float around freely in the bath. So stir it around in the hot water until the tan is completely dissolved. And then cool it to room temperature. Now you're going to put the snakeskin in the tan bath, and again, open up the skin so that all sites can accept the tan equally. So agitate this around, and then I'm going to soak it for 8 to 10 hours in the tan bath. And as you can see, after it's tanned, it's nice and firm and plump, and this is what tan snakeskin leather looks like. So we're going to drain it a little bit, and then we're going to put it on the paper towels to get any excess moisture off of it. So we want the skin to be just damp. We don't want it dripping before we oil it, and we don't want it too dry because then the oil won't absorb. So I'm laying it out on plastic. And again, this is a good time to do some extra fleshing that you may have missed earlier. Any extra meat, fat, and membrane you can get off, the better end result you're going to have on your skin. So what I'm doing is laying the skin out scale side up to start with and lay it out nice and flat. Those belly scales on the bottom are going to want to curl on you. So just lay them out as flat as you can. And we're going to start oiling the scale side first. So start at the head and working down with the grain of the scales. Apply your oil and rub it in really well, especially around those belly areas. Okay, after the scale side has been oiled, let this sit for an hour or two so it really soaks in. Next, flip it over and we're going to oil the flesh side. Again, we're going to start with the head area and get it nice and flat. Really rub it in good. Apply a little bit extra on the flesh side because this side's going to absorb some more. Again, be generous with the flesh side, especially around the belly scale area. Again, if you see any little bit of fleshing you might have missed, now's a good time to get to it. So after that's absorbed for an hour or two, I'm going to flip it back over to the scale side, and this is how I'm going to dry it overnight. And it's important to keep it on the plastic because you don't want the oil to leach out. You want it to stay into the skin overnight. And again, it's really important that you lay it out flat because this is the way it's going to dry. Then let this dry overnight. Okay, the next day you can see it's already starting to dry a little bit. So this is where we're going to remove the plastic and let it continue to dry, but on the cardboard and not the plastic. Again, keep it flat at all times because this is how it's going to dry. Continue to let the skin dry slowly. Okay, the next day you can see it's really starting to dry. The oil has soaked in, especially around the belly areas. It's staying nice and flat. It's nice and bright and pretty. So we're going to let it dry this way a little bit longer. And then the next day I flipped it over and now we're going to dry it flesh side up. And as you can see, it doesn't look super pretty here. This is where you want to trust the process. The head and the tail area are going to dry quicker. So this is where you really want to work it and stretch it just gently. And this is what's going to keep it soft and pliable. And as you can see, as you stretch it, it turns white. This is what it's going to look like when it's final, is a nice white skin on the bottom. And there it is. There's our finished snakeskin, all tanned and dried and looking real pretty. Drop any questions in the comments below, and thank you all for watching.